we're going to lift it over. So you get away straight away, eliminate players.
Start
You know
with
where
the
Hello, welcome to Hockey Zone. This week's show is brought to you by Pine Rivers St Andrews Hockey Club. 2015 marks 40 years since our last winning premiership. Tonight we meet three generations from our club. Let's start by catching up with Peter Cook. Peter Cook is a Hall of Famer of our club, a life member, and has played 55 years straight with our club. Peter was a member of the last winning premiership team. And I started by asking him, who did he play in that grand final in 1975?
In the 1975 grand final in First Division,
Yes.
we played against Redcliffe.
Were you guys the favourites in that game?
No, we were not. We probably came, from my memory, from about third. We played Valley in the prelim final. And as it turns out, the goalie in the team that we played against, I now play Masters with on our side, that's Andy Hall. We played Redcliffe in the week after. We were not the favourites. We managed to sneak in 1-0 through scoring quite a devious goal.
Excellent, excellent. Of the 1975 team, who were the good or dominant players of that team?
Look, we had a few. There's a number that were probably well known around the hockey traps. We had Graham Gardner in goal. He was probably well known because he was one who introduced air kickers. And we had Donald Richards, who was an excellent player. He was fullback, and Donald's still playing social hockey now. He's only really just recently retired from hockey. And he's been away with numerous vet sides, Australian sides. We had Gary Naylor, Rod Maddock, who was an Australian shadow rep at one stage, Greg Maddock, who played for Queensland. We had the Greg Richards, Daryl Richards, thank you.
I know it was a big occasion, obviously winning an A-grade grand final, but there was more to celebrate. We also won the second grade final that same year. Was it a great feeling for the club?
It was an absolutely fantastic feeling, and we partied well into the night. Probably because, as I said, we were going through before, we were not favourites, and we won both divisions.
Part of this 1975 team was a name which was dominated was Richards. I think they had about 5 players in both squads. It must make you feel good seeing the next generation playing for Saints A grade.
Oh, look, it's great to see Gary Richards' sons playing for us, and Donald Richards, I mentioned before, his sons also played for us.
Now let's meet some of the younger players who have already gone on to represent Queensland from our club. These guys will be potential A graders.
My best memory with Saints is winning back-to-back under-13s in 2012 and 2013 with my mates.
Shannon, you made the Queensland team this year. Why was it so good for you?
I got to play with 2 Saints players that I've been playing with for a while.
Who do you look up to at Saints and hockey in general?
Well, I look up to Liam DeYoung, obviously, and to the Richards twins, Scott and Andrew Richards from Toowoomba. They like always talk to me at training and just let me go into their conversations. And I also look up to my uncle, who's played for Australia, Mark Hager.
What do you want to achieve by playing for Saints?
I want to play first grade division on our own turf in front of our own supporters.
Peter, what advice would you give the St Andrews juniors coming through to embark on winning a grand final like you did in 1975?
Well, Gregory, there's a few things. One of which is to get the basics right and to practice so they become automatic. Then it's important to concentrate on teamwork and work as a team, not individuals. That's extremely important. Listen to your coach, listen to your coach's game plan.
What I like about Saints is that you can have senior players like Liam DeYoung helping coach out with under-13s and now even J1s.
I watched him on TV a couple of times playing for Kookaburras, and I liked the skill he had and everything he did. I just wanted to see how he would go for Saints and that. Him coming to Saints to play A grade and coach our A grade, I was hoping that this year they would make the finals and that they would go further into see if they could win a final this year, since we haven't won one in a while, and that all the skill he would bring would help all our juniors and A grade out.
The DeYoung family have been a large part of the Pine River St Andrews Hockey Club. This year we welcome back the legend Kookaburra, Liam DeYoung, to be a coach and player of the team. It's your first year back as coach. Is it what you expected?
Look, it is and it isn't. I suppose I didn't have too many expectations being first time back here in 15 years and first time coaching. So there's always going to be a lot of unknown, and that's been the case. But I've enjoyed it, and you know, got a good bunch of guys to work with. So although maybe not what expected, it's been good.
Talking of your squad, you've got a mixed squad. You've got age and youth. What do you think of your current squad's potential for this year and beyond?
Yeah, look, this year was a tough one. I think we got an uphill battle from here, but you know, we've got a group that's looking forward to it. I think in terms of the future, we're looking good. I think we've got, if you take me out of the equation, we've got a pretty young squad. So I think you know, most of the guys there are sort of 26 or under, and that's a good chunk of our quality players as well. So yeah, go into the future, I think we're looking okay.
Excellent. What's the biggest difference between Perth and Brisbane competition apart from the Aussies and AIS guys?
I'd say the Perth competition just edges the Brisbane one in terms of quality, and I think the reason, yeah, you take the Australian players out of it, I think there's still a lot of that next tier who move to Perth in order to sort of be seen and try and progress their career. So there's probably a few more of those type players around, and I guess they're exposed to the national program and into squad games. You've got players coming in from the club system to fill spots there, and yeah, even things like there's ball boys at every game, and the sort of pace of the game is just a little bit higher. But coming back here, I've actually been impressed with the standard. I see a lot of familiar faces around that's still around from when I was here previously, and the young guys are actually yeah, really handy guys. So I think not far off, but we'll get there, hopefully.
Excellent. Are you excited with the current seniors and junior players that you have in the club with the rep and the future of the club?
Yeah, look, we got a lot of good juniors coming through. Absolutely, that's and that'll be a key for us going forward, obviously. But guys getting named in squads regularly, which is good. Good amount of guys playing state hockey, and even, you know, scattered across the state in things like the Super League. So, as I said, a lot of young guys, but that's sort of where our quality lies. So, yeah, it's pleasing. I think we will see good things in the future.
I know it's only 2015 hasn't finished yet, but you're looking forward to a full pre-season with the squad that you have?
Yeah, well, I think you know, the squad that Jack has sort of assembled now is one that's got potential, and it's going to take, especially with young guys, a few pre-seasons, and for myself, a pre-season, the first one I missed for a long time this year. So I sort of got the value of that, I guess, just realising the value of doing a full pre-season. And yeah, we're coming together. You got to have the talent, but you got to get that gelling together, and you do need a pre-season to do that. So we'll get the guys fit. Obviously, you know, we'll see what happens with this year, and then next year we'll be fit and ready to go.
Excellent. Do you know it's 40 years since our last premiership? Now, there's no pressure on you, but do you think we can get one before the next 40?
Yeah, no, I am aware of that actually. No, I'd love to be a part of it. I think we can. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quality going around, and we've got to knock off those traditional pillars of the competition. You know, those benchmarks like you know, we've seen Commercial dominate for a long time, and Eastern, Bulimba, those sorts of teams. So we're a little bit of an unknown quantity, but that probably suits us. I think we'll surprise a few teams in the near future.
Peter, you've been playing hockey for this great club for the last 55 years straight. What makes you want to stay and continue playing for this great club?
I've had a fantastic 55 years. I really like the camaraderie. I'm in a Masters side now. We really get on well. I have played grass, I've played turf, and it's really the guys I play with. That's what I value, their friendship, and also the friendship with their families.
That's it for this week's Hockey Zone from Pine River St Andrews. See you next week.
Lift it over. Get away straight away. Eliminate players. You know where to position.